What's going on, you guys? It's Becca Switzer with Roof Sales Mastery, author of Diamonds in the Sky. I just got done recording a webinar with Ryan Shantz of Sumo Quote. We were talking about basically the sales psychology, dealing with the subconscious in the sales process, really building a positive customer experience, like a buying experience that's enjoyable, branding, stuff like that. And it really inspired me to hop off the webinar and make some more content and elaborate on some of the topics that we touched on. And one of those is about value. And in storm restoration, especially, there's this weird sickness that salespeople have where they're going into every sales presentation thinking like the customer can't even afford their deductible and they want to pay as close to $0 as humanly possible. And so not only are they not thinking about things like upgrades and offering different things that are voluntary purchases and stuff like that, but they're like, not taking into consideration and not celebrating throughout their sales presentation the fact that getting a $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 project for $1,000 for their deductible or whatever the deductible is, even if it's a percentage deductible and it's $2,500, you're not celebrating that. Like, that's crazy, right? Like, in what other situation do I get to go to a store or a dealership or anything like that, or go find a home or whatever, or go get something done with my hair and nails and I get it for 95% off? Never. Like, it never happens. And so salespeople are sometimes like going into this with this very small mindset, like my customer doesn't want to spend any money and the deductible is even too much and they don't even want to pay that. You should be going into it with this attitude of like, this is the craziest deal you'll ever get, like 95% off. What else do you want to do? So let's talk about that a little bit. For one, if you're going in and let's say that we talk about the good, better, best scenario when we talk about retail, right? Like if you're doing a retail presentation, most people are going to go get 3 bids, right? Like that's kind of what everybody does. So, but in their mind, it's just roof, the same roof and the same roof, 3 different prices. And so your job as the salesperson is to really help them understand why the price is what it is and help them understand that a roof is not a roof is not a roof. This person's roof for your house is this price, possibly because they don't have proper insurance. They're using a crappy shingle. They're going to be reusing accessories. They're not going to tear everything off underneath, right? Compared to this roof, which the price might be this for these reasons. Compared to this roof, because you guys provide an insane warranty. You use this type of shingle. You're going to make sure that all the ventilation is upgraded, which the other guys weren't going to do, yada, 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 yada. So in the good, better, best scenario with the insurance stuff, you can do the same thing. Good is, Mrs. Jones, this is about the sickest deal you can get. You're basically getting new roof siding and gutters for $1,000, your deductible. So this $12,000 project is only going to cost you $1,000, which is pretty sick. Okay. And if that's all you decide to do, it's going to be awesome. You're going to get a cool facelift on your house. Better is, you've got a 3-tab shingle right now. Why don't we talk about upgrading you into a 30-year architectural? And I know a lot of people give those away for free. Newsline, though, you don't have to, okay? It's not like it has to be. We're going to upgrade you into some ridge vent, right? Or we're going to replace XYZ, just some sort of upgrades. The best is, look at it like this. Your project normally was going to be $12,000, but for $18,000, which is still just going to be your deductible and the extra money on top, whatever that's going to be. My math is so bad. You're going to get an IR shingle. So, we live in this area. It's pretty likely over the next 3, 5, 10 years, you're going to get hail again. Wouldn't it be nice to not have to go through this whole process all over again, get your roof torn off, go through the insurance process, stuff like that? Let's talk about putting you into an impact resistant shingle. Maybe upgrade the siding, same thing. We could talk about hardy board, right? So you're not putting you back into vinyl again, which can get holes blown through it when a storm comes through. Again, we live in an area where it's probably likely that's going to happen. Upgrade, upgrade, upgrade. Which one do you think is best for you? And that's where you're going to go into questions like, Mrs. Jones, how long do you plan on living in this house, right? Because if somebody says, this is our dream home and we worked for the last decade to get to move into this place, we're going to die here, they're going to have a lot more interest in improving their home, investing in it, and paying a little more. If they're like, I don't know, maybe 3 to 5 years, it's kind of our first starter home, they might want to do some upgrades. Maybe they're not going to go the whole 9 yards, right? And then, we're probably really talking about moving in the next year or two. We're just kind of waiting for my husband to figure out if he's going to be switching careers and blah, blah, blah. Okay, then maybe they're just going to get the bare minimum, which is still a sick deal. But it's up to you as the salesperson to present it that way. If you're not doing that and you're not just offering them options, they have no way of saying yes. And if you're going into it with the mindset that they don't want to pick anything, they want to pay as close to $0 as humanly possible, you're shooting yourself in the foot, you're robbing your customer of better things that they can be doing with their house, and you're missing out on commission. Don't do that. And a great real life example of this is I just went mattress shopping. I had actually ordered a purple mattress. It felt really cool when I laid on it, but it was giving me severe back pain. And I'm like, I haven't really purposely gone out and bought a mattress in a long time. Like all the mattresses when I was younger or in my 20s, whatever I slept on, I was fine. No, not so much anymore. Okay. So I had never really gone mattress shopping. So I went to Denver Mattress Company, and the salesperson there, Brian, was super informative, very knowledgeable, very patient, really listened to what I was experiencing, where my back pain was, how I sleep. I'm a side sleeper, things like that. And so there were probably 50 mattresses in the store, but he started me off on 3, 2 of which I already really liked. And then throughout that process, he could have just been okay, well, she just came in with the mattress. She didn't say anything about pillows or anything like that or sheets, but maybe I should offer those. And guess what he did? And he's like, hey, by the way, when I would lay on the mattress, he'd be like, try this pillow, right? So I'd be on this pillow, and he's like, do you sleep with a pillow between your knees? I'm like, yeah. So he gave me a different pillow, and I have that between my knees. And I'm like, dang, these are really nice pillows. He's like, yeah, these were going to explain the benefit of the pillows. And he's like, why don't you throw some on to the mattress purchase today? It's BOGO, so you buy one, get one. And I was like, sure, why not? Okay. So, but had he not offered, I would have gone in with the idea, I need a mattress. I'm not thinking about pillows. I wouldn't have even asked about them. Had he not offered them to me, he wouldn't have added them to the sale. But he got another $80 added to the sale just because he asked. And then he offered bed sheets. And he's like, by the way, these are the sheets we really recommend with the mattress that you got, because it's a deep mattress. They're a little bit deeper. There's these bands below that hook under the mattress, so it's not popping off and stuff like that. And the mattress isn't showing. It just so happened that I didn't need bed sheets because I had just bought sheets that had that same depth and did that same thing. But had he not offered them to me, he never would have had a shot at selling them. And what if I didn't have them? I'm like, dang, you're right. My mattress is always showing and it looks janky as hell. Or you're right, this mattress is taller than the one that I have at home, and I maybe don't have sheets for that. So as the salesperson, constantly be thinking about what the options are you can offer your customers, and offer them with enthusiasm. Hey, this is awesome. You're already getting all of these things. What about this? Have you thought about doing this? By the way, and if you're in my program, I've got in the Advanced Sales and Supplement Training program, I really encourage you to review the lesson called Wishlist Upgrades. And it's a method that I use to constantly get upgrades on my insurance projects by doing this wish list method. And it's hey, if money wasn't an issue and everything was free, let's just have some fun for a second. What would you do to your house? And we add all these things. I'm like, by the way, if you wanted to, we can do those things. And it would still only cost this much in the grand scheme of things. You're still getting the project for 65% off, and we can finance it. It really only be this much. I sold so much stuff doing it that way. I really hope that inspires you guys to start thinking about things a little bit differently and give your customer a better buying experience. People love buying shit. We do, but we just need to be excited about it. We need to know why it's valuable, why you think it's pertinent. So go into it with the mindset of people like to buy, people love to buy from me, and I offer some awesome stuff for people's homes, and that's going to change the game for you. You're going to have a bigger average order size, and you're going to give people more options, which creates a better buying experience for your customers. As always, subscribe to the YouTube channel here. If you're not enrolled in the program yet, what are you doing? Jump on roofsalesmastery.com, enroll in one of the programs there. That's where I put all of my word-for-word content. I teach you guys my sales method, a lot of sales psychology, my closing pitch, my door knocking pitches, my objection handling techniques, supplementing, all that stuff's in there. I'd love to see you on board. Keep it crunchy out there, you guys. Have a wonderful day. Do your best, forget the rest, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.